Hey guys, welcome back to another Fire Emblem Engage video, and this may be my most complicated video yet. This is going to be on the exploit that you can use to get the minor bond rings from the built-in gacha game in Engage. If you're familiar with the exploit, this video is actually going to be on how to further exploit it so you don't have to re-roll after every single time you check, like you're trying to soft reset for a shiny starter in Pokemon or something. This will let you see into the future and grab exactly the ring that you want without having to constantly reload your game. I'm going to explain the exploit in a little bit, but first you're going to want to pick a Paralogue. I picked Ike for no particular reason, and it happened to work out really well. So you need to come into the Paralogue and then count how many enemy spawns are on the map. Here you can see we have 26 red circles. You're going to want to keep this number in mind, so write it down somewhere. So for now, that's all we needed to do in the Paralogue. We can go ahead and return to the world map. So now once you're at the world map, you can go ahead and drop a save. This is going to be our new starting point from now on. You're going to notice I have a bunch of saves, but that's because I was testing and retesting, so you didn't have to. So if you enjoy this video, please drop a like or subscribe. But after your save is done, we can go ahead and go back to the Somnial because we're going to start rolling for rings. This is going to be a little bit easier if you have a few thousand bond fragments to use. We're going to roll on Leaf until we see OLWEN or until we run out of fragments. It's important to keep track of how many times you've rolled. So there we have 10 rolls. Here is 20 rolls, still no OLWEN. 30 rolls, no OLWEN. 40 rolls, no OLWEN. 50 rolls, no OLWEN. And this would be my last roll. And of course I should clarify we're looking for S rank OLWEN, not those bronze C OLWEN, so that's going to be 60 rolls with no OLWEN. So since we didn't get it, we're going to have to reset the game and go back into our save file. And don't be terrified, I'm going to do a little bit of math here. I know this looks scary, there's a spreadsheet on the screen, don't leave, you don't have to do this, I'm simply using this as a visual tool. Alright, we got that out of the way. So I've labeled the spreadsheet from 1 to 100 just for simplicity. Each one of these represents a ring that can be rolled after we saved on the world map. So that would imply that the first 10 rolls are the first ones that we did where we did not see an OLWEN. So I'm going to mark those in red. If you remembered, I rolled 6 times because I had 6,000 bond fragments. So I'm actually going to mark 1 through 60 in red, because we know that after the save point, the first 60 rings will not have OLWEN. Guaranteed. Now, the second column represents the amount of enemies on the Paralogue. And again, we did Ike. We counted 26 enemies on Ike's Paralogue, so we're going to go down to ring 26. I'll mark them in gray for simplicity. For whatever reason, each enemy in a Paralogue counts towards one ring position on the gacha. Skirmishes don't count, we don't know why, but the enemies in Paralogues do. So what this means, if we go into the Paralogue one time after we load our save, the next ring that we will pull will be ring 27 on this list, whatever it may be. So since we pulled 60 times, we can go into this Paralogue twice and knock out 52 rings that we know do not have OLWEN out of our rotation. Unfortunately, this is as close as I can get to knocking out the 60 rings. So when I re-roll again, 8 rings are going to not be OLWEN. It will be the first 8 rings of my first 10 pull. But everything after that is going to be an opportunity at getting OLWEN, because we've already cleared the ones that we know don't have him. Alright, so we're going to try this in action. We're going to load our save and then boot into the Ike Paralogue twice and then go roll and see if we can get the ring. If you've been playing this game, then you would know that the load times in this game are insane. In editing, I've already taken out like 5 minutes of footage just getting into the Paralogue. Alright, so now we have gone into the Paralogue twice. We're going to go back to the world map and save one more time. This is our new starting point. We're going to go roll for rings until we see OLWEN or until we run out of bond fragments. So now we're just going to roll just like we did earlier. Let's see if we get OLWEN in the first 10. No S OLWENs, so we're just going to roll again, see if we can get them. And there you can see we did finally get an S OLWEN. So this OLWEN is in the 4th position of our second roll. So that actually means that he is the 14th roll after 52 in our spreadsheet. 52 being the amount of rings that we skipped. So on our spreadsheet, OLWEN would actually be in the 66th position of our 100 ring spreadsheet. Just in case the 6 minutes of mansplaining wasn't enough, I did the whole thing one more time with Claude to prove that this definitively works and it is a reliable way to get these rings. So speeding through it, we're at 20 right now, no Claude. 30, still no Claude. And here we have Claude on our 4th roll. But remember, he's in the 2nd position, so he's actually the 32nd roll, and the last unit is the 40th. Please stick with me. This isn't going to take very long. I promise we're almost done. So again, we have rolled 40 times, so I'm just going to paint them all red. But this time, we know that Claude is the 32nd ring, so we're going to make it green. So we want to get as close to this as possible using the paralogs as we can to save as many bond fragments as we can. If the math is right, that would mean that after we go into the paralogue one time, we would simply only need to roll 6 times to get to Claude. This means you only have to spend 600 bond fragments instead of 4,000 that you would have if you did it the normal way. So I don't want to keep you guys any longer, so we're going straight to the paralogue and straight to the ring chamber to test this hypothesis. So we're going to do this twice. We're going to do a 10 pull first, and then we're going to do a single pull. If we're correct, that means that Claude should be the 6th ring on the 10 pull, which is the 1st ring in the 2nd row. And what do you know? There he is. That was easy, actually. And it's worth noting that it doesn't matter if you do 10 pulls or single pulls. The seed, that's what the position of the rings is called in the game's data, is going to be the same. So if we back out and pull one by one, he should still be the 6th ring that we get. Thanks for sticking with me. I'm just speeding up these pulls because we know what they look like, and he should be the next one right here. Yeah, and there he is again. If this helped you understand how it works, please drop me a like. I hadn't seen anyone cover seed manipulation really well yet, so I decided to make my own video. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subs, so any kind of algorithm boost helps. Thanks for watching, and take it easy.